Why biofuels are terrible. Hello lovely YouTube family, welcome back to 10 Focus. In today's video we're going to talk about why biofuels are terrible. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so you never miss out on any of our videos. Biofuels bad for rainforest. Recently there had been a lot of interest in using plants as fuel to replace fossil fuels like gasoline and diesel that contribute greenhouse gases to the atmosphere, warming the planet. These plant-based fuels called biofuels are typically produced from agricultural crops. There are two main types of biofuels, ethanol and biodiesel. Ethanol is typically made from corn and sugar cane, while biodiesel is made from the fruit of palm trees, more about palm oil, soybeans, more about soy, and canola, also called rapeseed. While biofuels produced from agricultural crops can generate less pollution and greenhouse gas emissions than conventional fossil fuels, in practice, scientists are finding that some are causing environmental problems. Biofuels may also be hurting the poor. The reason is largely economic. Now that traditional food crops are being used for the production of energy, there's increased demand for such crops, translating to higher prices. While higher prices may be good for some farmers who receive more money for the crops they grow, consumers have to pay more for food. In poor countries, where people have very little money, it means that many go hungry. In 2007 and 2008, several countries saw protests and riots by people who could not afford to pay higher prices for food. Higher prices for crops is also causing other problems. To take advantage of higher prices, farmers all over the world are converting land for crop production. With most of the land in North America and Europe already used for farming, agriculture is expanding in tropical places, especially in Brazil and Indonesia, where there are still large areas suitable for new agriculture land. The trouble is that some of this land is currently covered by tropical rainforest. When farmers cut down rainforest for farms and ranches, the dead trees release carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, just like when fossil fuels are burned. Further, the destruction of rainforests displaces indigenous people and kills wildlife. Therefore, biofuels are having a significant impact on the environment. Biofuels are bad for feeding people and combating climate change. Converting corn to ethanol in Iowa not only leads to clearing more of the Amazonian rainforests, researchers report in a pair of new studies in Science, but also would do a little to slow global warming and often make it worse. Prior analysis made an accounting error, says one study lead author, Tim Searchinger, an agriculture expert at Princeton University. There is a huge imbalance between the carbon lost by plowing up to a hectare, 2.47 acres, of forest or grassland from the benefit you get from biofuels. Growing plants store carbon in their roots, shoots, and leaves. As a result, the world's plants and the soil in which they grow contain nearly 3 times as much carbon as the entire atmosphere. I know when I look at a tree that half of the dry weight of it is carbon, says ecologist David Tillman of the University of Minnesota, co-author of the other study which examined the carbon debt embedded in any biofuel. That's going to end up as carbon dioxide in the atmosphere when you cut it down. By turning crops such as corn, sugarcane, and palm oil into biofuels, whether ethanol, biodiesel, or something else, proponents hope to reap the benefits of the carbon soaked up as the plants grow to offset the carbon dioxide, CO2, emitted when the resulting fuel is burned. But whether biofuels emit more than less than CO2 than gasoline depends on what the land they were grown on previously was used for. Both studies show. Tillman and his colleagues examined the overall CO2 released when land uses changes occur. Converting the grasslands of the US to grow corn results in excess greenhouse gas emissions of 134 acre tons of CO2 per hectare, a debt that would take 93 years to repay by replacing gasoline with corn-based ethanol, and converting jungles to palm plantations or tropical rainforests to soy fields would take centuries to pay back their carbon debts. Any biofuel that causes land clearing is likely to increase global warming, says ecologist Joseph Ferguion of the Nature Conservancy, lead author in second study. It takes decades to centuries to repay the carbon debt that is created for clearing land. Diverting food crops into fuel production leads to ever more land clearing as well. Ethanol demand in the US, for example, has caused some farmers to plant more corn and less soy. This has driven up soy prices, causing farmers in Brazil to clear more Amazon rainforest land to plant valuable soy. Searchinger's study notes, because a soy field contains far less carbon than a rainforest, the greenhouse gas benefit of the original ethanol is wiped out. Corn-based ethanol, instead of producing a 20% savings in greenhouse gas emissions, nearly doubles greenhouse emissions over 30 years and increases greenhouse gases for 167 years, the researchers write. We can't get to a result with corn ethanol where we can generate greenhouse gas benefits, Searchinger adds. Turning food into fuel has been the unintended consequences of driving up food prices, reducing the access of the neediest populations to grains and meat. It's equivalent to saying we will try to reduce greenhouse gases by reducing food consumption, Searchinger says. Unfortunately, a lot of that comes from the world's poorest people. That's all for today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss any amazing video from us. Also watch the next 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. Thank you for watching this video and we'll see you on the next one.